Orale vatos! What's happening? Would that Diabolos provide a death blow to its opponents? Find out in this exciting episode of... Its shape features a large wing on both sides that is made up of 3 sub-wings. This design is actually very similar to Super and First as shown in this comparison. It's like Takara Tomy took the design of the latter two and then added a translucent base to them. Because Super and First are almost identical, we'll just use Super for comparison purposes. This now makes it wider, thicker, and heavier than Super. It's technically a beefed up Super, so would this mean that its attack performance will be stronger as well? In comparison with Super, these two are their main contact points based on battle damage. Notice how this thin purplish protrusion of its translucent base took the brunt of the damage. Here it is compared to Super's more wider and flatter contact point. This confirms that Death has a lesser surface area to hit its opponent than Super. Something else to note is that this contact point easily wears down as shown here. Compare it to its other side where it's still pristine. In this weight comparison of right spin attack rings, Brave is still the heaviest. First is still the lightest. Death, as shown here, is just average. In this burst resistance check, Death exposes its chassis teeth at a normal height, which gives it good burst resistance. Glide, on the other hand, exposes its chassis teeth at a lower height, which gives it poor burst resistance. In this attack power test, Death hits hard initially, but near the end of the battle, its attack power seems to be much lesser than even Super's. This goes back to its main contact point lacking the surface area to transfer its power to. To watch the full attack power comparison of current Sparking right spin rings, kindly watch the Tempest Dragon Charged Metal 1A review. In this defense performance test, although it has respectable weight, its recoil-heavy shape once again either kills its stamina or makes it easier to be tossed around. In this same spin stamina test, Death's aggressive recoil-heavy shape loses more stamina when hit than the circular minimal recoil shape of Perfect Phoenix. In this spin equalizing test, its shape worked against it again, that led to its poor showing. It is the first Sparking chip to have 2 new gimmicks. First is that it's dual spin. To change its spin direction from right to left and vice versa, just twist its chip stem until it locks. Second is that it has an integrated metal chip core like Lucifer. In this weight comparison, Lucifer is the current heaviest right spin Sparking chip to date outside of Solomon. Hyperion is the current heaviest right spin chip with a removable chip core. Diabolos, as per this result, is even heavier than Hyperion. Alright! 1D was already heavily outclassed by 1S in weight, in knockout resistance, in outward weight distribution, and in stamina. The only positive it had was its slightly taller teeth compared to 1S. However, notice how this red 1D exposes the chassis teeth at about the same height as the red 1S that came from Glide Ragnarok. So for some strange reason, this 1D mold from Death Diabolos has been nerfed. Please refer to the Cursed Satan Hurricane Universe 1D review for its performance. It was a top-tier disc during its heyday way back in the God series. Nowadays, it's heavily outclassed. In this same spin stamina test, the result speaks for itself. It was a serviceable frame circa Cho-Z era wherein it was ranked below wall or lift when paired with bearing. To view the complete test, check out the Best Disc for Bearing New Challengers episode. Its original non-dash version was from the God series, and this dash version was from the Cho-Z series. It has a flat and hollow rubber tip that has a hexagonal shape whose point slants clockwise. In the center of its hollow tip is a pointed plastic tip. A flat launch will make it tornado stall very fast due to its rubber touching the stadium floor. Afterwards, it will settle in the center and spin on its pointed plastic tip to conserve stamina. A bank launch will make it do a flower pattern for a while, then eventually it will have a hesitation in its movement due to its flat rubber and plastic pointed tip alternately making contact with the stadium floor. Here's the same combo using Quick Dash for comparison. Notice that towards the end, it doesn't show that hesitation in its movement that Merge Dash does. Because Merge Dash exhibits this behavior, it won't have a consistent flower pattern to constantly hit its opponent. And another short episode comes to a close as there are only 2 new parts in Death and Diabolos. If Death won't cut the mustard in attack, would its Vato, Abyss, fare much better in stamina? Tune in again to find out. Same Papabey time, same Papabey channel.